Well, this is the beginning of a new series called Moving America Forward, and you can go to conceptsnation.com, conceptsnation.com, and you can see some of the things that we plan to do in moving America forward. Well, I have a hero, and he's been my hero since I was a child, and I wanted to be like him, and so I wanted to find a book about how to be like him. And when I was in Raleigh, North Carolina for the Senior Games, participating in North Carolina Senior Games, I was in my favorite bookstore, Barnes & Noble, and I was looking at another book when all of a sudden a book fell at my feet. Just fell out of the bookshelf. I mean, I didn't touch it, it just fell out. Well, it fell with the backside down. But when I picked it up to look at the forward, I couldn't believe it. Look what it says. How to be like Walt. I picked the book up and could not believe that God had answered my prayer. Because it's true. How to be like Walt. Walt Disney is my hero. Walt Disney has been my hero since I began to read Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Goofy and Pluto. In fact, sitting on my desk right over here at the top of it are Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Donald Duck to remind me about my hero, Walt Disney. Because I think Walt Disney would know how to move America forward at the time we're at right now. And I think he had some great ideas, and we want to continue them. So, you know, what I did is I started reading this book, and I don't normally, as a good Scotsman, buy brand new books. I wait and get them used. I couldn't wait for this one. Well, I read the book, and in the book, there was an area there with a postcard that you could write back to the company about what you thought about the book. So I wrote the little, as tiny as I could, the story of how I found the book. Well, lo and behold, Pat Williams, who is one of the owners of the Orlando Magic, he contacted me. And we've been friends ever since. And Pat has gotten me the opportunity to work to bring Walt Disney's final dream to reality. And we're beginning it now. And this is part of moving America forward. Walt Disney had the right ideas. Walt Disney said, dream it, do it. Walt Disney did not know what the word impossible was in his vocabulary. He never found things to be impossible. And he was responsible for tremendous inventions. One of the things that we could be doing moving America forward, Walt did at Disneyland. And then he repeated it at Walt Disney World. By the way, I was a CBS newsman, young 20-something CBS newsman, when I had the honor and pleasure of interviewing Roy Disney, Walt Disney's brother, at Disney World's groundbreaking. And that's when he told me this wonderful story about how Walt, even on his deathbed in the hospital, would look up at the ceiling and he would tell people where things were going to be at Walt Disney World. And one of his greatest dreams was Epcot. That is, of course, the experimental prototype city of tomorrow. Well, that was not supposed to be a tourist attraction. It was supposed to be a city, a real city. So, that's Walt's final dream, and we're going to bring it to reality. We're working now to bring that to reality. And part of that, and he had it at Disneyland and at Disney World, were his monorails, his phenomenal monorails. Well, why not in America, above those crumbling highways and crumbling bridges, take the right-of-ways on the interstates and build the highway above the highways? Why not build monorails? Would that not put people back to work again? Of course it would. That would be an opportunity to move forward. And that's a way that Walt always thought, moving forward.